Hello, hi everyone. Hello, can you hear me? I can hear you. Hello. Oh, whoops, I gotta put YouTube in. Oh, you just got a crown? Nice. I gotta put YouTube chat in. Give me a second. I forgot, I'm putting you guys in. Hold on. I just went to look. I'm getting you. Boom, 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 boom. There you go. We can hear you. That's good. I can hear you. Garby Warby, whoa. Yippee! Hi, hello everyone. Okay, welcome. Hi, hello. Okay, let me go welcome in everyone so I can go say hi. Welcome in, Sunny. Hello. It's just you. Hi. Wait. Let me see if I can filter this by. Oh my goodness, there's so many people to say hi to. Okay. Oh, Light Revo got first. Okay, thanks. I see you, Light. Hello, King. Hello, Jonad. Hello, Bogag. Hello, Nana Banana. Hello, Peepo. Hello, S4. Sounds like a robot. Hello, Midnight. Hello, Garden Tool. Hello, Pool Spawn. Oh, mod check? Wait, we have mods. Light's here. Hi, Lexter. Hello, Pool Spawn. Hello, Red Scout. Hello, Rose. Hello, hello, Akatoyota. Why do I always say it like that? But hello, welcome in. Hello, Sirius. Hello, Ash. Hello, CPTF. Hello, Spider Demon Nothing. Hello, Sue. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Elise. Hello, Sunny Cosmos. Hello, Why Not? Hello, Lemon Online. Hello, Starlights. Hello, Way. Hello, Antique. Hello, Catacombs. Hello, Subtraction. Hello, Ziki. Hello, Fossilized. Hello, Melody. Hello, Ryler. Hello, Femfishboy. Hello, Titan. Hello, Yuki. Hello, Yvonne. Hello, Music Lover. Hello, Anna. Hello, Worstenstein. Hello, Cosminimi. Hi. Henri, hello. And hi, Gremlin. Oh my gosh, King with the 40 stream streak. Oh my goodness. Also, hello, Plushy Fangs and VTuber Man. It kills me that Slimbo's username on Twitch is VTuber Male. That's the guy we're collabing with today. Oh my goodness. What a crazy username. I just think it's funny every time I see it. Oh, he's a VTuber Male's a cool guy. I've heard. Okay. Okay. Right. I think everything is set up. Are we good? All right. Hello, Subtraction. Hi. I think so. Are we playing games today? No, we're not playing games today. Here, I'll pull this in. Woo! Bwah! Hello! Hi, everyone. Hi. Hello. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Bittersweet, welcome in. Hi. Alien cat. Oh, yeah, that's right. Glorp, come in here. Glorp, where are you? Meow, meow, meow. Blues. Ah, there we go. Hi, Glorp. Hi. How are you? Your cats are so tough. Yeah, they are. They're really big and tough. They're big and strong. What was that? I don't know what you're talking about. You guys have had a house full of people for the holidays? Wow. I bet. Oh, I'm trying to clear my throat. I had a big stuffy nose earlier. I ate some spicy food for dinner, and I don't recommend it. I don't recommend eating a bunch of spicy food for dinner. Also, I woke up and I took a nap, and I got congested, and then I ate spicy food, and then now I'm here. You know, hey, it's a fun astronaut fact that astronauts really love spicy food. All right, because it makes them feel something, because they constantly have a stuffy nose. So silly. They'll clear your sinuses. Yes, thank you. Too late. I had spicy food for dinner. Oh no. Anyway, hello everyone. Hi. Today, also thank you all for coming in. But today we have a little special guest today. I'm going to be doing a collab with VTuber Mail, which is a silly, funny name. But they recently debuted with Sock's VTuber agency, and they also happen to be very knowledgeable about gym stuff. And they have a very silly, funny model. They're like a primordial male VTuber, as in they escaped the male VTuber factory before they printed on the femboy or a muscle jackness and whatnot. And they're just like this little blob thing. It's kind of cute. So I'll bring them in later, and then we're going to ask them a bunch of gym questions, and they're going to help us plan our New Year's resolution. So I'm pretty excited about that, because I told you, chat, this year I'm going to get jacked. I told you when Off-Kai rolls around, I'm going to look super cool, super hot. All right, I got to make sure I stay in shape in the space station. And so we have recruited one of our friendos to come in and help us out. And it'll be really fun. And you guys can ask questions too. So that'll be a little silly thing to do. Sure, buddy. It's also part of my New Year's resolution. I'm doing 2 of 1 stone with this one. Another thing that I've been really wanting to do is do more collabs. I've been trying to do more collabs. So this is like a nice way to do that, you know? Exciting. Thank you, Sunny. Being in shape won't matter if you're in a shark suit. But what about when I go to the exclusive pool party afterwards, okay? All right? What if OTV invites me to their home to go have a pool party in their mansion? All right, okay. I try to seduce Pokimane. All right. I'm kidding. Okay, that's. I'm kidding. Okay, but really, it's mainly for me actually. I do think being in shape is a good idea. And I'm very sedentary. Unfortunately, I am losing muscle mass by the day by being a VTuber, so gotta lock in. But the shark suit, I don't know if I'll wear a shark suit or I've kind of been inspired to wear a Velociraptor helmet, like, you know, those like little fake T-Rex heads. I think that's a pretty good one too. So I could walk around the convention in a astronaut suit plus a T-Rex helmet. That would be pretty funny. You can chill in the exclusive pool party us community members will have of our own thing at Off-Kai. I don't know how I feel about that. That the Carbonauts are getting together and having a pool party and having fun without me. That kind of feels... That's crazy. What do you guys do? Do you like check sub badges at the door? Are you like... You're hosting the pool party and you have to show your 6-month sub membership in order to get through the door? Is that like the thing? That's crazy. That would be an insane. That'd be an insane admission criteria. Oh, Sugar Bear, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Insiders only. All right. Okay. Glorp is invited. What if I drop off my cat? What if I bring my cat and drop her off? Would you take care of her at the party? Would you be able to give her lots of pets? We're too cool for me. Okay, chat. Whatever. You're black. Okay, I get that I'm blacklisted. You keep blacklisting me. I don't even have a sub badge to my own channel. It's kind of actually messed up. Can I sub to myself? I wonder. Maybe I should have. What if I could got a founder badge for myself? That's so sad. Yeah, you do? Wait, I do? Do I? Oh! Oh, I do have one! Oh my gosh! I'm my #1 supporter! Holy moly, I'm the longest sub out of everyone. That's damn, that's crazy. Wow. Okay, that's kind of sad.
Invited to everything Carbon 24 hug.
That's not sad. That's me supporting myself. That's self-love. Okay. You just hate to see a man on the up and up. Okay. I think it's cute. Hey, actually, I did see a founder's badge earlier today.
No,
so I know there's a couple of you out there.
Pool party is classified information.
Okay.
Sorry,
oh.
No declassification for you.
Wow. Saf Sarah, hello, welcome in. Okay. I just wanted to yap with you guys for a little bit. Is everything set up? Okay, I think everything's mostly set up. Just how many unchecked monthly payments do you have?
How many unchecked monthly payments do you have? I bet you have a fucking Quizlet Plus subscription from back when you were in high school. 69 years ago.
Okay, so if you don't know, chat, I've had this problem of starting a bunch of monthly subscriptions and I haven't canceled them. And I found out that I had a Netflix charge that's been going on for like 3 or 4 months, and it was like $20 a month, and I have not been watching Netflix, and so that made me pretty sad. And then I found some other subscriptions. I got like a $40 charge for something yesterday, and I was just like, wow, that sucks. And so instead of tracking down all my subscriptions over the past year or two, I decided it would be easier if I just canceled my credit card. So I canceled all my credit cards, and you know what? I'll just resubscribe to the things that are important. So yay! That's what I did. Well, I changed the numbers. Okay, I didn't like fully cancel, but like, yeah, I just shut down all the cards, and you know, they'll work out. You know, if I need it, I'll remember it. Okay, so yeah, that was my first thought. Well, this is like, it's easier to just pull the plug, right? And then the stuff that I need, it'll like send me an email and be like, you need to refresh this, and I'll be like, oh, okay, you know. So I think it's a great way to do it. It's just an easy, like, fast way. I just pull the plug and switch it out.
Barbie, things like Rocket Money exist for a reason.
But then I have to like enter it in. I also found out today I was getting my spaceship license renewed, and I went to the DMV and I found out that it was suspended. Apparently I got a ticket like a year ago and never paid it. So it was pretty, yeah. I'm very
Barbie
not organized.
To add to his list of fucky wuckies.
Oh gosh. It was embarrassing to say the least, to sit an hour in line to get up to the DMV and like finally get my appointment and everything, and like finally sit down. I'm like, I'm ready to do it, and I've been waiting. I drove really far to get here, and then I show up and they're like, sir, we can't do anything yet. You have a speeding ticket that you never paid for, therefore your license is suspended.
This is not smart thinking or behavior.
I love your priorities.
Screening glare.
You gotta pay Netflix instead of pesky fines.
Scareker. Scareker.
Scareker. Yeah, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. So yeah, I
Is
was
this why you hate us law students? Because you're doing illegal shit? Thank God this stream is 18 plus and no minors are getting influenced by you.
What? I'm a great influence. I focus on the things that matter, okay? And government bureaucracy is not one of them. Okay? I ignore it until it affects me and then I have to deal with it. All right? So, Did you know about the ticket and forget to pay it, or did they just not tell you? Well, so I have my address out of date because when I moved when I moved from one space station to another, I forgot to update the legal organization board, and I didn't really care to, and I may have moved a couple places since. So they did send me a ticket, but like I don't live there anymore, so I never got the mail, so I never knew. And then they sent it to they tried to contact me through a phone that I no longer use. And then yeah, I just never found out. I only found out when I went to go get the license renewed.
Carbon, you're not a good influence to children. This is why this stream is 18 plus, because you'd influence children to do illegal things.
I mean, it's not, would I would just tell you to, like, you know, some rules are meant to be broken, and you gotta not let the pesky government hold you back from your dreams. All right. Saf, hello, hi, welcome in. Is that a sends emote? Oh, that's so cute. Welcome. So yeah, I need to fix that. I need to go work on those things. Hey, you know, at least I'm better than Sens. Okay, speaking of Sens, I went into his stream earlier today and he said he had like $6 in his bank account. All right, at least I have more than $6 in my bank account. Okay, so I'm doing pretty good. All right, probably. I gotta figure it out for the year though. Hey, don't talk to him about that. He's really sweet. He just put all his money into VTuber debut stuff.
Carbon building his army of child criminals. Treating the laws like they're legs, meant to be broken.
Just a little bit. They're suggestions. All right. Can we see a whole body? Oh yeah, I can show you really quickly while I go get oh, Glorp, you're too big now. You're too big. Glorp, stay right here. Boop.
This I like NJ, where I can got 60 and a 35 past a cop and have them not give a shit. And speed cameras are illegal too.
Sometimes I travel by small towns and there are so many speeding traps. It's actually crazy. I don't even know how this is possible. Why is it a thing that a town's like 50% of a town's income is from speeding tickets? Like that should not be legal. Like that's messed up. Guys, why do none of you have a savings account? I mean, a saving account return, like it's like 3% interest. Like, does that really matter? You know, I could just not order Uber Eats for a couple weeks and make the money up, you know, like just, it's fine. You know, it's, oh yeah, I put in a 401k. You're so right. All right. Yeah. All right. I don't sweat the details. It usually compounds. Compounding interest. What is that? That's crazy. Okay. Bro, you did not take the required finance classes. I actually have a minor in economics. Yeah, I took the macro and my whatever the two economics things plus economic theory, and I took foreign international politics as well. I know, right? So I just think it's all dumb. I took it all and I was just like, wow, supply demand curves, deadweight loss, what is that? That's for losers. So yeah. You don't believe me? You refuse? You can quiz me right now. All right, I know everything about economic theory. I know about tariffs and trade theory and all that shit. I just think that's a lot of noise. There's a lot of bankers in a room arguing about stuff. I think it's cooler to do physics. Yeah. Me? Would I lie? Okay. Okay. It's just like, I understand 3% compounds. I get that it makes a lot of money, but like, I literally on my scale, if I find $50 on the ground, that's gonna outweigh any sort of saving interest gain that I get. Okay. Okay. Let me go check on VTuber Mail. I don't want to keep him waiting for too long because he is only going to be here for like an hour or two. So I want to make sure that we respect his time because he's an early bird. He's not like us, Chad. He wakes up early in the morning. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. I know. Okay, let me see. Are ya ready? I wonder if I can get him to do the VTuber like shared model thing. Let me check. Oh, he's typing. I'm waiting. Yeah, y'all. Okay, let me give him a call. Ooh, do. Boop, 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 boop,
What do you
boop,
mean
boop.
not like us? It's almost 4
Hello?
a.m. here. I wake up extra early because of you. Whoa.
I can hear you. Hi.
I can hear you.
Okay. Hello, hi. Wait, I need to get the Fugi up. You're the actual first collab that I've had where I have to get the Fugi going. Actually, unironically.
Yeah, Fugi it up.
I gotta Fugi it up. Give me a second. I'm
link?
doing. You want me to share your link to me? That's crazy. That's insane.
I mean.
Oh, it's actually so cute. I actually love your
there I
Fugi.
am.
Oh, there you are. Hi. Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
It's what's going on with you? You've had a full day, right? How are you?
Yeah, full day. I'm actually just getting ready. I'm heading to MagFest soon, so I'm on the run, of course, from the VTuber factory. But I'm heading to MagFest in a bit, so I got a flight early in the morning. You know.
What is MagFest?
I don't know. I'm just going because a lot of people told me it was cool, and there's a lot of people there, so I'm gonna find out. It's an adventure for me too.
Okay, I turned
Turn
you
up
up.
his volume, PL.
Okay, I did. I turned you up. Okay, I think they can hear you now. Okay, awesome. Right? Yes? Can you guys hear him? Okay.
Testing.
Delulu, hello.
here.
Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Okay, I think that's good. You're at like 200%. All right. I love their Fugi. You got to see their model. Wait, let me see if I can. I'm gonna pull up your Twitter. It's actually so funny. While I pull it up, do you want to introduce yourself?
Absolutely, sure. Yeah. So, hi everybody. Good to meet you. My name is Sklimbo. I'm from Sox VTubing Agency, certified self-improvement VTuber and Sklimbo. So I'm here today to help Carbon make a little fitness plan. I do run a gym. That's not a bit. I run a gym. I own a gym. I'm qualified to do this.
Isn't that crazy? He's qualified. He took the gym bro class and we did it.
I did.
Okay, I got it. I want to show. I'm just scrolling through your Twitter. This is actually what their model looks like. Like this guy back here in the thumbnail. It's actually what it looks like. Also, thanks. You like my teeth? Whoa. I might be responding to chat for a little bit because I don't think you're streaming, right?
No. I'm just here for you.
Then I will be rude. You'll be in chat. Awesome. Okay. Oh, look, it's Flork. Yeah, this is. Is this your lore?
No, that's just I get hit by cars a lot. Flork actually hit me with a car before inviting me to SVA. That's how I got hired. He hit me.
Well, you'll be happy to know, as of yesterday, I found out that it's actually illegal for me to drive a vehicle, so I have to go get that renewed.
Yeah, I was listening in, but before I got here, I heard something about that. Doing a little naughty stuff, a little delinquent activity.
It's actually the government should have anticipated. Okay, it's their fault, not mine. And look, now we're both bald. Okay, okay, yeah. They're saying,
bald.
What is
Look at
that?
my beautiful hair.
Wait. There's a little, there comes a point, Slimbo, where you gotta cut it off. You just gotta cut your losses.
What do you mean? This is like the peak male form for Sklimbos, you know? Peak bod, peak form.
The beer belly. You're so, you know what? It's okay. You'll teach us how to work hard for this. This is the peak male physique that we aspire to, right?
Yeah, I got you. Don't worry.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna hide this. I guess I'll introduce myself again. If I see we have some few new peoples. Hi, I'm Carvin. I'm an astronaut VTuber. I'm also a physicist. I also have noodle arms. I'm not jacked right now, but I need to be. So that when I see Slimbo at Offkai later on, he'll be like, "Wow, you actually listened to me," and then I won't be ashamed.
Yeah, I'll be like really impressed and stuff, and I'll be like, "Whoa, like dedication, persistence, wow."
Wow, you do a lot of self-improvement stuff, right? You have like a self-improvement Thursday. I tuned into one of those. They were really cool.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I do every Thursday usually. We had to do it today because of MagFest, but I'll do like answering fitness
you did it
questions,
today?
talking about nutrition. Yeah, I did a little bit today, just a tiny little smidge.
Oh, how what did you do?
Oh, we talked a little bit about, there were some like Twitter posts about like different body types we were talking about and how attainable they were. We answered 3 questions about, what did we answer today? We talked a little bit about nutrition today. There was one really good question I forgot, but I'm sure I'll remember at some point.
You get good Twitter like posts, like they are telling you how to actually work out. That's kind of
terrible ones. We were making fun of it actually.
Oh, because I literally got this on my timeline. Wait, I gotta show you this. I gotta show you. I'll show stream as well. Okay, I got this. It showed up on my time. Did you see this?
Yeah, I've seen these all over.
Oh my gosh, it's this thing. Oh, I need to zoom in
Bye,
here.
all you lovely people. I need to sleep.
Oh, take care.
Have a good stream.
It's like the like localized body fat loss thing where you like do certain exercises, you'll lose fat in that area, and I was like, there's no way. Actually insane.
Very cool
Yeah.
and very fake, not real information.
So this is like, if I do like jaw exercises, I'll get a chisel chin, right?
Yeah. Well, there's a thing, right? Obviously, localized exercises can grow a muscle, but localized exercises cannot spot reduce fat. That's kind of a whole body thing. There's no way to really spot reduce in one area. It's a common myth, but yeah, there's been a lot of these posts on Twitter. I'm considering quote retweeting.
You should just screenshot it or like or find a little bit of it and be like, what is this? What is happening here? You hate them? Yeah. Okay. So I think that's like one of the biggest muscle fat myths, right? I thought for a long time you could like spot reduce fat, but then I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. That's kind of weird. You don't get to choose.
Yeah, it really is one of the biggest myths. That's like probably the first one you encounter when you get into fitness. Like when I start talking to people, that's the first thing I will encounter. That's a modern common misconception, right? Like the number one first barrier, first myth to bust, always that, yeah, what exercise can I do to reduce fat in this specific area? And usually my answer just kind of has to be like, you can't really do that. It's a full body thing. Fat distribution's also a little bit individualized, so a lot of people lose it from their limbs first when they start losing weight. They'll lose it from their limbs and their face first. Midsection tends to go last. That's just an unfortunate thing. That's where people want it the most. But some people are different depending on genetics and stuff like that. But yeah, you can't do an exercise to reduce fat in a particular area intentionally.
I have dummy thick thighs. Is there anything that I can do to help them, or is it
I do 90% of those exercises for
is that a bad thing?
Is it a bad? Wait, sorry, 1 second. Okay, actually, I should mute the TTS, otherwise I will have too many people talking. Give me 1 moment. Sorry, chat. Get boom, 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 boom. It's a good thing. Is it? It's like really bad. Like if I'm working out, if I wear straight cut like jeans, my thighs will bulge out. Like it's like not even I feel like that's a bad thing, you know? I wish they would chillax a little. Huh?
Well, you know, when you're working your legs really hard and stuff like that, your quads, your hamstrings, they get really big. Then you need like special fitted clothing. You know, it's a real problem.
Okay, I'll tell you my only workout experience is, have you heard of Squattober? No,
actually, but I can guess
really?
what it is.
There's like this workout trend for gym bros, and I got someone that I knew convinced me to do a squat exercise with them like every day, and we were doing like hundreds of pounds of squatting. That was like the main thing that we did, and that's why I got dummy thick thighs, and that's the only thing I know how to do to work out is deadlifts and squats
every day. All right, hey, those are great exercises though, honestly.
I mean, yes, I did want to like die a couple times. It was a lot of like training to. It was like, think of toxic army drill sergeants like yelling at you to just work harder, and then I was just like, okay, and I think that was a little extreme, and I stopped for a while.
Yeah.
So now I'm untrained. And my muscles atrophying.
Yeah, another common misconception is that there's kind of just like an infinite growth to muscles, right? There's this idea that if you just, the more you work out, the more you will grow. But there's actually a point called maximum recoverable volume where within a certain week or period of time, there's only so much work you can do before the work past that becomes junk work that will actually impact your recovery. So something like squatting heavy every single day, back to back to back to back with no rest, actually
You're telling me I
more
suffer?
negative than positive.
You tell me I suffer for nothing.
Well, not nothing. You do grow, just not as efficiently.
Okay, I'll count that as you know what? I grew mentally, you know. I grew my mental fortitude. I can now, I have a higher pain tolerance now, which will help.
Yeah.
Chat sent me a period simulator, so that might help for that.
Oh, good. Yeah. Get some ab work in there, muscle contractions.
Oh god. Wait, does that work? Can I like electrocute my muscles and then have it work for me? Does that count? You know.
Oh, good question. Not to a point where it will really grow you normally. So doctors will use that sometimes to make sure muscles don't atrophy in like bedridden patients. But if you're already kind of living life and moving around, it's not going to be more efficient than that.
I see. So giving myself like period cramps on my abs the whole day won't give me amazing six-pack abs.
No, unfortunately. I mean, if that were the case, you'd see a lot more six-pack abs women around after
Oh,
pregnancy.
that's true. Wait, that's true. That's true. Okay. Anyway, let me show you. Oh wait, do I have it? Okay, I have it. It's a little scuffed today, but that is fine. All right.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. I need you to tell me how to get my dream physique. Okay.
All right.
Let's see
it.
So for the new year, we're starting off, you know, and I'm trying to do the thing, and I brought in the most qualified, educated person that I know, and I here, don't laugh at me.
I wouldn't laugh. I would never laugh at someone's goals, you know?
You're so right. You would never laugh at my goals, right? Surely.
No, never.
Surely.
Never. Unless they're like really funny, but then you know.
Surely. I'm thinking about what picture to pull. This is a funnier one. Okay. All right. How do I get this, good sir? How do I have it? How do I get jacked enough?
I knew it.
How do I get jacked enough to a cosplay Toju at the next Comic Con? Yep. Tell me right now.
This is one of like the biggest goals characters of all time. Like
really?
Everyone wants
that's
to
so
be
funny.
like this.
You're gonna need protein? I mean, I don't know. Do I? I might have to chug your protein shakes.
That's probably right.
They keep giving me twink allegations, so I'm trying to you know, right that wrong. Clearly they're wrong.
We got this. You can go from twink to twunk.
Is that the term, twonk? Oh man.
Yeah, you've seen people use that, I'm sure, just around, you know.
No, never. Really? No. Twink to twonk a pipeline?
Twink to twunk.
Oh, it's a
like
pipeline
with like twink.
Oh, they're talking about the maid dress. I did go to, well, do I pull the image out? I went to people can hunt the image if they want to, but I went to a concert with one of my friends, and it was an Ado concert, and so everyone in the Ado concert was wearing a dress, like a maid dress, and I didn't want to be the only one left out, so I also wore a maid dress. And there's like this,
that just makes sense.
Yeah, there's just a horrible photo out there of me getting my garter belt adjusted, and the angle is criminal, so it looks like their hand is up my hoo-ha.
I didn't know people wore maid dresses at auto concerts. That's pretty sick. Is that like a thing? Like a cultural
It
thing to do
is.
for them?
It's a thing. It's a
Cool.
thing. Well, the ones who aren't cowards. Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm not a
That's fair.
coward.
I would never be a coward. I would do it too.
You would? I would love to
Oh,
see
yeah.
that.
I'd wear the
Peak
dress.
male
Absolutely.
VTubers. Let's go. Oh, you know what? We could do that for one of the VTuber concerts. Well, light sticks and everything.
Yeah, an off guy just come in maid dresses.
Yes. Oh, you love the astronaut vibe? Thank you. Thank you. I do a lot of space stuff. But I unfortunately, just like how astronauts have their muscle atrophy in space, my muscles are actively atrophying as I become a VTuber. It's been rough.
That's
I don't know how
very
you
real.
balance it, but it is tough.
Yeah, they actually have a funny on, I believe, the International Space Station. They have like a really, really advanced squat machine for working on their legs, but it's like $10 million.
$10 million?
It's some ridiculous amount of money.
What sort of pulley system do they have? That's crazy.
I saw a video of it once, and my only complaint was, you know, they have this $10 million equipment, and then they weren't squatting properly, and I was like, hey, now, if we're gonna have $10 million equipment,
thank you
let's
for
at
the
least
Boko.
give it some
Thank you for the
respect,
follow.
all right?
That's true. You know, I guess for them though, they're just like trying to prevent complete muscle atrophy, so they don't really care as much, right?
Yeah. I'm just saying they could prevent it a little more efficiently if they went a little deeper. That's all.
Oh, you have to go deep. I see. The
Yeah. You gotta get in there. You gotta go deep, hard.
Okay. Let me. Ooh, how should we do this? Okay, so you know my body goals. All right.
Yep.
We have this set up. Okay, body goals are set. I will and I'm telling you that I do VTubing, and I also stream a bunch and do like all the space station maintenance. It takes a lot of time, and
Of course.
but I'm trying to get as jacked as possible. I will eat and work out as much as it takes. My mental fortitude is ironclad. Okay, if you tell me to squat every day, I will do it. What can I do? What do I need to do? How should I
All right,
start?
let's leave that image up on screen if you don't mind, so I can take a look there, do a little body analysis.
Okay. Oh, a body analysis? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Checking
Okay.
out other men's bodies is part of my job.
Oh, okay. You're inspecting them, right? It's for your job.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, it's for my job. It's completely for that. Yeah.
okay.
But, you know, that sort of
got it.
thing.
I suddenly
Okay,
want
so-
that job. Okay, go on. Mhm.
I think before I get into an actual routine, there's a couple basics that are very important that
Okay.
everybody understands that are very important about fitness, right?
Okay.
Number one, muscles and the body in general, body composition being, you know, how much of your body's muscle versus fat and that sort of thing, skeletal, all that is very, very dependent on diet more than anything. So diet is going to be about 90% of what needs to be focused on. The gym is what determines the body composition in terms of like how big a muscle is, of course. But the actual leanness comes from dietary, so nutrition and primarily protein. Yeah.
So like, if I eat a bunch of meat sticks and soda, is that like bad?
I mean, if you eat like enough meat sticks and you meet your macros, those being your carbohydrate goals, your protein goals, and your fat goals, then yeah, you have some diet soda, 0 calories,
Like-
then yeah.
Like I very often eat boy dinners, as in currently
Oh,
on
yeah.
my desk there's 3 Nature Valley bar wrappers and 4 Diet Coke cans, and
I see.
like
Now, have you
Yeah.
heard of our Lord and Savior Bricken?
no, what is Bricken? Tell me.
Well, you see, Bricken is the optimal form of nutrition.
Bricken?
Some chatters may know. Oh no, here it comes.
Bricken?
So,
I'm looking it up.
Bricken. Yeah, go ahead and you can look it up. It might not be on Google, but if you look Bricken up on Twitter, you'll see plenty of things.
Okay.
Bricken is my invention. He fell for the setup. Bricken's my invention. It's the what I would call the most optimal crossroads of price, preparation efficiency, taste, and protein macro goals. It is quite simply a pound of ground chicken in the brick form that it comes in, put into a toaster oven, and then you have a pound of chicken. That's it. That's Bricken.
I hate you. This is what? It's a brick of frozen chicken that you put in the toaster oven. This is mashed potatoes? Brick, people are sleeping on this meal is so funny. Oh.
Everyone who loves it tries it. Here's look, a testimony right here, case in point.
You know what? I'll give it a go. I'll buy some ground chicken, lean chicken, and I will put it in a toaster oven. I'll measure it out in the block too, so I can calorie count. Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell. Listen, here's the thing. If you get like 93.7, right? If you get like Purdue 93.7 or something like that of the Bricken, 1 pound of it's going to be 640 calories and about 88 grams of protein. Obviously, not all the protein you probably need in a day, but a good portion of it. You sprinkle it in your food throughout the day. It takes care of things on its own. That's why Bricken's efficient. It's cheap. It's effective. Tastes pretty okay. It's great. It's
you know the stats off the head. It's off your head. It's crazy. Insane. Okay.
But, jokes aside, the most important thing is, so any sort of body is going to be made in the kitchen primarily. Diet and nutrition is going to be 90% of getting towards your goals. The most important thing being getting enough protein. Carbohydrates are going to be there and important for energy to actually fuel you when you're in the gym and doing exercise. And then fats are very important too. Going completely no fats, not great, because having enough fat in you, especially like the good fats, quote unquote, you'll hear about, are going to be what govern like proper vitamin absorption and shuttling and things like that, and even help regulate some hormones. So you don't want to be too low fat either. It's kind of a balancing act, but it's it sounds complicated, but the honest answer is that like at the end of the day, a well varied balanced diet is 95% of the way there for everyone.
Just like how varied does it have to be? I'm reading from chat that some people say as long as I have enough protein, it's mostly okay. Like if I just have can I have 3 protein shakes a day and then chew on a celery stick and like call that a day?
I mean, I had a friend who did that once, and then he ate a sandwich and got stomach pain, so I wouldn't recommend it because if you don't eat solid food, you'll forget how to process solid food.
Wait, hold on. That is really funny. Okay. So chat is saying I have to season my food and I have to eat solid food occasionally.
Yeah, that's
all right.
both true facts.
Okay. All right. I'll have a Bricken every once in a while, and I'll drink protein shakes, and every once in a while I'll be like, it's a sandwich time. It's time to go eat a sandwich so that my stomach doesn't forget.
I mean, here's an easy way to look at it, right? So any sort of change to your body is primarily going to be governed by calories, which you see on the back of every nutrition label, depending on where you live. So calories in, calories out is the general process, right? So thermodynamics and all that's involved, which I'm sure you have some familiarity with. So basically how it works is you will have a number. Now that number is comprised of, what your organs need just to survive. Like if you were in a coma, for example, how many calories your body's burning just laying down. And then you add on top of that all your work, like walking throughout the day. If you're bouncing your leg, picking up your groceries, working out, all these things add up to a number that's called basically your maintenance calories. And that is the number of calories per day that you generally on average burn by living. You go under that number consistently, you lose weight. You go over that number consistently, you gain weight. That's the simplicity of it. It can get a little more complex, but that's a simple thing. So what you would do in your case is, I mean, depending on where you're at now, that's the thing is a lot of fitness is very individualized. So I need to know your like exact stats now to give you exact.
Oh my goodness. He wants my numbers. He wants my 3 digits. Oh my.
But if you do type them in privately, I won't say them, but I can give you proper numbers based on that. Because it does depend what people's protein requirements are, how many calories they probably want to aim for. Very different if you're, a 4'9" person who's 100 pounds versus if you're a 6'3" person who's 250 pounds, right? Very different.
Okay. What if I'm a fat fuck? Where do I go from there?
Well, height matters. Height matters, and overall
does it?
Size does matter. Like, to get like accurate, You kind of need to know that stuff.
Really?
I can say just on average, if we're talking like dudes in general, I would say very generalized, somewhere around 150 grams of protein a day would be pretty optimal, I would say, for most people.
Oh, you mean like exact protein gram recommendations? I see there's like calculators out for that. Like you just enter in all your stuff and then it calculates how much muscle mass you have and how much you should put in. But like,
yeah, now that's a good guiding point. It's not going to be 100% accurate body to body, but you can always put in, I like OmniCalc's calculator. You can find that online. If you put in all your info there, we'll give you a number and then you can play with that, but always like test that number to make sure it is your number, but it's a good guideline.
And for the woman astronauts here, there is a difference between male versus female, like body fat composition, right? Like you'll have different levels of food you should consume.
Yeah, true. I will say that like men and women at similar sizes, if you were to equate sizes, a lot of times calories will be pretty similar and protein requirement would be pretty similar. Okay. But women do generally in a healthy range carry a little more body fat on average, about 5% more than men do. Just in their respective healthy in their respective healthy ranges, right? So
I have lower body fat than you. Anyway. Okay. Bald. Oh, they're balding. Okay, they just took my hair. Okay,
shout out
you
to
know
women, though. Shout out to women because the weird thing, but women tend to be able to tolerate more in a single session. More exercise in a single session, more volume than guys do. Often.
We don't talk about that. Moving on.
So shout out to women.
Okay. But like, if I'm, can I lose weight while also gaining muscle at the same time? I know that's a really common question, but is that something that you can do?
Yeah, and it's a really interesting one because yes, when you're a beginner, but not always. So there are three groups of people who can do that.
It's beginner's luck.
People are, beginners, because their body basically their body's not adapted to the stimulus that weightlifting, for example, would give them, especially if they're lifting weights heavy. So its impetus is like you're on steroids almost. So you can absolutely, you're not turning fat into muscle, but you are both losing fat and gaining muscle separately.
I see.
In that scenario. Second scenario is somebody who is severely obese can pull that off because they just have a lot of spare energy in their body that can be burned. So even though they're eating less, it's consumed, obviously. And third are people who are on special substances would be the third group there who get to cheat.
So if I'm like an ex-trained person, as in I used to train really hard, but then I stopped, I probably can't pull that off.
No, you actually can.
Oh, okay. I can still, I'm like in the beginner category then.
Yeah, because if you like your body does lose that adaptation over time. So it's easier to gain back muscle that you've already had, but you absolutely can get that kind of like quote unquote beginner gains again if it's been a long time since you worked out before. So you can totally pull that off. Yeah.
I see. And then I have to not eat for a while and cut down, and then I have to choose
not eat. You just gotta it's all about moderation, right? So the thing that's nice about nutrition is it's very complex at the high end, but the simplicity of it at like the base level is just kind of like, hey, you just have to know what you're putting in your body and moderate it. You don't have to cut anything out. There's no one food that's going to save you or kill you.
My
you
blueberries,
kind of enjoy.
My antioxidant, anti-aging food.
Yeah, your superfood. No.
My superfood.
Oh man, yeah,
I love seeing those.
But you can eat. You can eat whatever you want as long as you plan it properly. You know, you don't have to give up anything.
So, the general strat is what I'm hearing is either one, slam a bunch of roids, or two, don't shorten your lifespan like that, and instead go through like bulking and cut cycles where you either your plan is to lose weight and maintain what muscle you have, or try to gain more muscle by eating a surplus at the time. Yeah,
that's exactly it. And I like the way you worded it too, because the way to word it on a cut, for example, is very much, yes, you were trying to lose weight, lose fat, and maintain as much muscle as possible. That is absolutely the right terminology there. Because you're just trying to hold on to what you have a lot of times in a cut, unless you're a beginner, then you can gain. But yeah, that's like the dietary part of it, where you get your protein, you just eat in moderation, you can cut down on certain things. I generally say for people trying to lose weight, carbs are probably the number one thing you want to cut, outside of obviously switching to like diet sodas or no soda. Or
I love
stopping
diet
some, like,
sodas.
candy or things like that. Yeah, diet sodas.
It's free sweetness. You just shit it out.
It is. Yeah, no, they're great. They're 0 calories, so they don't actually impact you metabolically in that way. And it actually tricks your brain. So there's a lot of studies on this, and people will drink diet sodas, think they're eating food, and eat less because of it. They're very efficient.
I have a fridge full of diet sodas. I look like a psychopath.
Right.
I want you to know the only thing in my fridge right now, Schlimbo, is 30 Diet Cokes, Diet Cokes, and 40 beers, and some frozen chicken.
Hey, so the diet sodas are all right, but those beers though,
It was a deal. It was they were selling them in bulk, and I don't know where to put them. What kind? It's an imported Japanese one. It's pretty nice. I have to throw a party or something. I don't know. They're just sitting there.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, okay. For someone getting started then for like the new year, and they haven't worked out that much before, should they go on a strict cut or bulking diet, or you think just eat what you want to and then just work out? Like, what's the approach for new people?
So I think the best and most important information for new people is to ease into it, especially right now at New Year's, because there's a couple of things that are really important to know. Gyms right now are the busiest they're ever going to be for like basically the next 3 weeks. So
3 weeks is how long it takes for people to quit?
Unfortunately,
really?
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
What? Guys, you hear that? Your motivation is only gonna last 3 weeks, so you better lock in right now. Get a habit formed. Holy wow, the bar is low.
A lot of people make a lot of, like, when it comes to New Year's resolutions, one thing to keep in mind is like a lot of people really want to hit it really hard, and that's good, right? You have motivation and you're really excited. You're like, I'm gonna get up at 5 a.m. and go running every day, and I'm gonna hit the gym 5 times a week. That's actually working against you, because that's not sustainable, and it takes a long time to build good habits. So what I always recommend for people is ease into it, right? Start with one big habit and maybe 2 small habits you're going to change, but don't try to change your entire diet, your entire workout regimen, and your entire lifestyle all at once. That never will work. Doesn't matter your willpower, you're just not built for that.
So if I have a bunch of like big content goals and I also try to like transform my life physically at the same time, that's probably a bad idea.
Well, the concept is good. It's just the approach should be definitely eased, right? So one thing I'll always recommend is don't think about going to the gym 5 days a week when you start. Try 2 or 3. Very reasonable amount. Only spend 45 minutes there. Oh yeah, 2.
But there's 7 days in the week. 2?
Yeah, there sure are. There sure are 7 days in the week. But you know what you can do in 2?
What
really
can
cool
I do?
about fitness? Really cool about exercising?
Okay.
If you were to do a full body exercise routine really hard, close to failure, 2 days a week, you would, as a natural lifter, eventually over time get somewhere to about 80 or 90% of the gains that you possibly could.
Oh. I recently watched a Hank Green video where he was basically like, how do I do so much with my life? The answer is I only take things to 80% and then I stop. And I try to do no more than that. And I was like, wow, that's good advice. So I guess I should only go to the gym a couple days a week.
Well, truthfully, I think, especially if you're doing full body, right? Because here's like a way to think about it. And there's a lot. You can talk about this for hours, but to put it really quick and really simple, your muscles need time to recover between working them out. And what matters for growing the muscle is approaching to failure and then having the fuel to repair via protein and calories. So, for example, if you were to do a full body routine, what you're doing is your whole body, most of the muscles in your body, are approaching failure multiple times in that one day in that session, and then resting for a couple days and then doing it again. You only have about 2 or 3 of those per week per muscle. So some people will break that out for shorter sessions, right? Some people will say, hey, I'm just going to do chest on Monday and Wednesday and back on Monday and Wednesday and then Friday and then, you know, legs on Tuesday and Thursday.
I see.
But if you just do a full body routine and you spend time there in the gym, or do it really efficiently with compound lifts, you can absolutely in and out in like an hour, do it 3 times a week and be like 90% of where you would ever be.
Hour?
If you're
Like
lifting. Yep.
Like sub 2 hours, I could do full body and like get close to failure. And then that's actually not, I spend more time playing League of Legends.
Right? No, it's crazy.
Whoa.
Our bodies are really good at when you give your body a challenge. It's really good at adapting to it. There's even some really cool stuff. Once you already have muscles, this is a fun one. Once you already have muscles and you already have a high level of strength and muscularity, you can actually do something as low as like 4 total sets per muscle per week and maintain your muscles.
You're telling me if I just to get jacked, I can put in 6 hours a week and hit my Toji body goals, pretty much.
Oh yeah, the diet's gonna be the harder part though.
So I just gotta eat well. I gotta eat well, but like in terms of muscle growth, I can get there. I just have to cut down on other things to get the muscles to show.
I would say temper expectations. Toji has a very S-class body. For something
like me,
obviously it's
surely.
anime, right? Like for something this incredible body-wise, there are some limitations, right? Some people naturally will not be able to achieve something like this.
Yeah.
So there are some limits, but the general shape, right? The general outline, not necessarily the definition, but the
I have my Dorito back.
the overall size, very doable.
I see. Okay. So if my goal isn't to hit sub 10% body fat, I'm okay. Like I can probably do this.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
And the thing about sub 10% is like sub 10% body fat's really cool. You look super shredded. You know, you have an 8-pack, 6-pack and all that stuff. What people don't tell you is it's very miserable because you're depleting and starving your body of things that it wants, right? You are basically starving yourself. And so what ends up happening is despite looking good and being really lean, you'll get bad quality sleep. People's sex drive goes way down. Their hormones are all messed up. It's really rough. It's really rough. That's why people don't tend to be that lean year round.
But if I'm always really happy, I can finally feel normal. I can finally feel like everyone else in my office. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Just ruin your life, make yourself miserable.
I mean, people do that for like a little bit to do their photo shoot, or they're like Hollywood actors, right? Usually those are the only people who stay sub 10% body fat.
Yeah, and the Hollywood actors, it's a little unfair comparison on their side because most of the Hollywood actors are taking steroids and they're taking drugs for that.
Are there like massive health downsides for that? Like if they're doing that, especially since they're changing their body so quickly from role to role, are they like losing heartbeat time? Like well, I don't know.
Yeah, not like I wouldn't say it is heartbeat time, but like your point, absolutely. Yeah, all these substances that people are taking these days, and it's getting worse with like, you know, fitness culture on TikTok and Instagram and stuff.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Lifespans. Yeah, it is shortening lifespans. It is really dangerous. The stuff's just not safe, especially in areas you have to consider, like even if a substance itself might be better, have a better safety profile. Yeah, where is it coming from, right? Because if it's illegal, it's going to come from some underground lab. You don't know if it's pure. So yeah, a lot of people die from that, and it's not good.
So you're telling me to cook it myself? You're so right. Less time to dust off the chemistry set. Oh my. Okay, but that's a good point. That even if the substance you think you're taking is safe, if you're not getting it through like sanctioned pathways, it could always be tainted and corrupted. I didn't even think about that. Absolutely.
Yeah, and often is.
Oh, that feels bad. Okay, so but what you're telling me, all I'm like really latched onto right now is the idea that I can give up like one late night of League of Legends and I can get and in return I can get jacked.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. And it would take a long time, right? Like the thing about fitness is I think it's important to think about fitness as kind of like a lifetime thing and not just like a phase, right? So when you think about it, you're like, okay, this is part of my life now forever. So you do something that's sustainable that you can just easily integrate into your workflow. So yeah, I would say, and I usually recommend this to beginners.
Mhm.
I say for beginners, program an hour 3 times a week. That's all you need. That's all you need to get pretty damn far.
Hour. What about we do a little bit more? What if for
You can
me,
do more. Oh yeah,
I want to
absolutely.
do an hour 30 or maybe
Sure.
even 2. So if like my first
You can.
I can do that. I can do 3 times a week. I think that's doable.
Yeah, yeah. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, rest day in between, no weekend workouts, easy peasy.
That's what about we do weekend well, there needs to be days in between. But yes, that does sound good. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm thinking, all right, what do you recommend then if we were to start, if we were gonna do a workout plan? If I like, okay, I got 3 days a week, I got like an hour or 2.
Okay, so what we'd want to do is with 3 days a week, I think it's important when you're doing like a 2-day a week or 3-day a week thing to go full body, because what you're doing is you're giving yourself the maximum opportunities to grow per week.
We're min-maxing.
Because you're hitting every muscle in your body, it's recovering, you're hitting it again, recovering, hitting it again. There's almost no downtime. It's pretty much as effective as you can get. There are reasons why people will do 4, 5, or 6 times a week because they're splitting that volume up. But yeah,
is it because they're sissies? Because they don't want to do the whole thing in one day, or what?
No, there's benefits to not. There are some benefits to not.
Oh, we're leaving gains on the table. I'm losing gains.
It's not that big of a deal, but it does matter because think about it this way, right?
Okay.
Even though one muscle is being trained to failure, if you're going really, really hard on that, that's also taxing your central nervous system. And so even if you rest and even if you eat properly, if you just drag out a workout really, really long,
Emily, thank you for the follow.
Really,
Welcome
really
in.
hard all the time, forever. You eventually get to a point where at the end you're just tired. You're just mentally tired. You're physically tired. Your central nervous system's tired. That muscle itself might not be taken to failure, but you just don't have the energy in you anymore. You burn through all your glycogen. You're like gassed. So people will break those things up to get higher quality sets for certain muscle groups per day. So that's why instead of doing a full body, somebody might do, okay, well, Monday's going to be upper body, Tuesday's going to be lower body. So it just splits it up so that it's higher quality upper and lower on 2 separate days.
Gotcha. But that means I just put the muscles that I care about in the front of the workout, right? And
you
then
got it. You got it. That's right.
Hell yeah. Okay. Let's go. So we do legs last is what you're telling me.
No, wait. No. What the smart thing to do is to lead with what we call compound exercises, and those are going to be your squats, for example. These are exercises that work multiple muscles at once. So things you've heard of like the bench press, deadlifting, squat, working a lot of muscles all at once. Isolation exercises are what you'll see a lot on machines, things like bicep curls, right? Lateral raises. These are things that only work one muscle, often a small muscle. So especially because they're done on machines a lot of the time, you'll tend to do them at the end when you've already gotten the hard stuff out of the way. That's
compound
exactly
movements first.
right? Put your squats first.
Oh, so it's the opposite. I have to do my big leg movements first, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, you could do your big chest movement first too, or your big shoulder movement, but just make the compounds come first.
How do you feel about, like, speaking of bench presses and deadlifts and all that stuff, how do you feel about those machines at Planet Fitness that have like the little cable thing that like forces you to go down one line? Like, I've never liked those. They always feel weird to do, but they're really available.
This is like a niche like fitness thing, but if you're talking about like the Smith machine where it's kind of on rails,
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So the Smith machine's funny. Generally, whenever you're working out, it's still a good tool, I would say. But
you're about to diss on it. That was the qualification. He's about to say shit.
Yeah, damn right. You're right. When you're balancing weight on your own, like a free weight, like on a barbell, you're using stabilizer muscles that you don't have to use when you're using a Smith machine. So those get stimulated and grow as well, fill you out a little bit more. Smith machine, you'll be able to use more weight because all you have to do is just push force into this thing and it goes up on its own, but you don't have to balance it. So anytime you're not balancing something and you have more stability, you can produce more force. So that's one benefit of that is you can use a higher weight and get used to higher weights. Downside is you don't get really much help on those stabilizers, and then also this thing where it's like that curve, like you mentioned before. The bench sometimes, just because it's on rails, might not curve well to your body and how you bench press, and so it might feel really weird for some people. It's not built for everybody, but a free weight always is.
I see. Got it. So it's like more adaptable if you do free weights, but you carry the risk of slipping and killing yourself.
Right, but that's what you train. You learn how to do it properly, and you activate those muscles as well. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. But tool in the toolbox. It's good for stuff.
Okay. So it's not horrible. It's just like different. You won't be able to use the balancing muscles. That's like the trade-off.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The only thing I would say is horrible about it is I wouldn't say use the Planet Fitness Smith machines to squat. Don't start on them.
Oh, because they'll teach you bad form.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, they have like a weird curve to them, and I've seen this many times. If people learn how to squat on the Planet Fitness like Smith machines, if you give them a normal bar, they'll just fall over. The leverage is just completely different.
That's really funny. Okay. Oh, someone's asking, what do you do if you're too weak to squat just the bar?
Honestly, I would say try and find a smaller bar. You don't have to use a full Olympic bar. Those are usually 45 pounds. But Planet Fitness does have, if we're talking there, smaller bars. So you could always use a curl bar. You could always pick up a dumbbell and hold it.
Oh,
to
yeah,
your
you
chest,
can just hold the dumbbells.
And squat that way. You can use your body weight. That's good for squats too. It's all about building up. Start where you're at and then build from there.
Oh my goodness, that's so much self-improvement. I would have just been like, get swole, lift the bar. But, much more actionable advice. Okay. Wow. So compound movements and then do all my little body stuff is like the main gist. Do I need to know more than that, or am I just like, oh, I'll just do like bench press this day, and then this day I'll do deadlifts, and then this day I'll do squats, and then all the little stuff.
Other things. I would say that what's really important is, you want to make a full body schedule. So you want to make sure you're actually hitting all those muscles. So if you're looking at something that's full body, you want to be hitting basically, your chest, your arms being your biceps, triceps, your shoulders is a few parts of the shoulder, side, front, and back. You'd want to hit your entire back, posterior chain, which is like all the way down your back, hamstrings and quads, and then calves if you're feeling juicy. So you do something like, efficiency workout would be something to the effect of like an incline bench press with free weights, a squat movement, a pull-ups that's thrown in there, always pull-ups or rows maybe, or both, deadlifting. And then it's really hard to hit your side delts, but lateral raises are really good for that with dumbbells or cables. And then even your calves. And
I hate lateral raises. They hurt.
Yeah, they're fun.
They hurt so bad. They burn.
And if you always feel so weak because you're using like 5 pounds on them, it's like,
Sakura, thank you for follow. Welcome in. Someone's asking,
it'd be something like that.
Are planks full body? Is that a full body exercise?
No,
or is that just
not really. Planks are primarily an ab exercise. You do activate other muscles, but they don't really get a big stimulus. So it's more of an ab exercise, a core and ab exercise. They're pretty good though. Planks are pretty solid.
Here's my hot take. You don't have to comment, but I feel like things like Pilates and yoga and like those sort of body weight exercises are not as efficient, and I think they should be replaced with just lifting weights. I think lifting weights is generally much more impactful on like building your muscle. I think it's the most impactful thing you could do.
So if you're talking about building muscle, you're 100% right.
Okay.
100% right. Yeah. Giving your muscles the hardest possible challenge, just like anything, is going to be the best way to do that, which is weights that are really heavy that challenge you. Pilates and yoga and stuff are good for other reasons, and they're some things can be good cardio too, but not best for muscle building. And those can be good for flexibility and helping joints.
Let me make my goals clear here. I'm trying to get sexy, okay? Screw my heart health. All right, that's not what I'm worried about here.
I see. Okay, I got you. Yeah, hit the weights then. Listen, that's what I train. All right, that's what I know best. So I got you.
Oh, let's go. Okay. Okay. You can't do. Okay, I'm trying not to die either. Okay, like I'm trying to be here for a long time, but also you know, when I get up to walk around, that's enough cardio probably.
Yeah. So, but
Carb
let me
bikini
get specific
cardio.
here because
Oh,
we're
no.
doing general concept stuff. I'm gonna get real
Okay.
specific with you. Toji's body right here.
Yes.
So this is somebody who has some wide lats. This guy does pull-ups. He does a lot of pull-ups. He does overhand pull-ups. He does underhand pull-ups. Do both.
Oh.
He also definitely curls a lot. Probably does a little bit of forearm exercises as well. He's snatched. His waist is super snatched. That's genetic, but
I see. Oh, because I can't make my pelvis any smaller, right? Okay.
Right. Some people have a wider pelvis and some people don't. But yeah.
But I do have to eat less if I want to get if I want to get that snatched. Okay.
Yeah, it depends where you're at. It depends where you're at. But which side you go on and stuff. But yeah, and you don't want to go crazy too, because the thing about dieting is it also should be an ease into it situation. So people's bodies don't really like to lose a lot of weight all at once. Our bodies like to be at homeostasis. So when you do a crash diet, if you lose a lot of weight really, really fast, there's an incredible hard to beat impetus for your body to gain all that weight back. And that won't be through magic. It won't magically make you gain it back or something. It will trick you mentally into gaining it back. You'll be hungrier. You'll want cravings. You'll eat more. You'll just like binge eat and stuff like that. It leads to binging behavior. So it's always better to ease into it and take a while. So it's looking at something like, lose 1 pound to 2 pounds per week, depending on where you're at. Obviously, people who are more obese can lose weight a little bit faster. But yeah, the thing about weight loss that's unfortunate is that somewhere around 90% of people who lose weight will gain it back and more, just because they went too fast and they didn't establish a new baseline once they got down to their new weight. They more or less were like, okay, I did it, I'm done, and now I can go back to my normal life. But oops,
fallacy. Welcome in.
New habits there. We need to get used to that new baseline, or your body's going to rebound.
Okay. Unfortunately, that's me. I got super swole for an event and then rebounded afterwards. I was like, you know what?
It happens.
It's okay. Third time's the charm, probably. I don't know.
Yep. The trick is again to think of it like a lifetime and don't ever stop having a goal. So what's really important is, people fight for so long to hit a weight goal, especially with weight loss, right? People lose huge amounts of weight, 50, 60 pounds, 100 pounds. And they fight for a year and a half, 2 years. They do this and then they get there, right? And they go, oh my God, I did it. I'm a champ. I'm done. I can enjoy things again. But one of the biggest mistakes is not having another goal. And that goal doesn't have to be crazy. That goal can simply be, I am going to maintain this weight. But you have to take that with the same energy that you hit all those goals on in the first place. So you have to say, okay, I can eat more now.
You're telling me it's continuous. You're telling me it's like this forever. It's forever.
But you gain habits. After doing it for so long, it'll feel unnatural not to do that. So you gain good habits off of it. And then you won't have to think about it.
It's reminding me more about League of Legends.
It's like League of Legends if you think about it.
Oh, some people were saying Pilates can be insanely intense. Yeah, I have seen like those videos of bodybuilders like trying to do Pilates and failing. That was pretty funny.
Yep. There are many avenues to fitness, and that's why it's like important to be like, weightlifting's awesome. That's what I do. It's great. It makes you look the biggest, but it's not the only modality. People swim, people do yoga, people rock climb, they do calisthenics, bunch of insane things you can do with the body, and they're all very fit in their own ways.
Okay, I have another thing. To say that might throw a wrench in the plan here.
Is it? Okay, what is it?
Okay, I do want the Toji back, but one of my friends also challenged me to a double dog dare triathlon. So like, can I do both? Can I do the triathlon later, or will I die?
No, you'll be able to do a triathlon. You just need to train for that too.
I see, but like, will my muscles get in the way of the triathlon? Probably.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I will say the thing about Toji is he's big, but he's not like hulking, right? He's not massive. He's pretty lean. And that's actually really good for doing triathlon, stuff like that. He's not like a big bodybuilder. He's shredded, but it doesn't give the same energy as, Arnold Schwarzenegger, right?
True.
You can kind of split the difference. The only thing to consider is that you can't be a specialist in two things at once. So if you are trying to get like the best looking body aesthetically and really, bulging muscles and stuff like that, training for triathlons, especially some forms of cardio with the legs, will use the same recovery pathways as recovering from muscle soreness and recovering from workouts. So you can't be the best at both at the same time. You can be pretty good at both, but you have to specialize at some point if you want like to be the best in one thing.
Okay, so I'm not doing the triathlon. I'm giving it up. I'm trying to look good. You know what? You've convinced me. You've convinced me. You know what? Running and swimming, that seems a little excessive. I don't.
I mean, it's great for you, but there will be an impact for sure. There's definitely an impact of like something has to give. You can't be the peak of everything.
No, I can't be the best. I can't be the amazing at every task.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Okay. So what I'm hearing is I actually need significantly less time in the gym than I previously thought to get jacked. And all I got to do is I do my compound exercises first, and then I do all my small accessory exercise, and I just make sure I hit everything. And I'm sure there's a bunch of plans online that I can find. And then I eat bricks of ground chicken. And I measure them. I cut out my little bricks and I measure them. And every once in a while, I remember to eat a sandwich.
And the thing is, what matters, unfortunately, is that it's not so much time in the gym as it is time. So a body like this takes a long time.
A long time?
A long time.
But off, guys, it's 6 months.
Yeah, that's
So I can do it, right? Champ. 6 months. 6 months is a long time, right? Surely.
I think a body like this is more a 10-year sort of thing.
10 years? Okay. What about how about what? Maybe 2 years? How we feel?
I mean, you're gonna be looking good. That's the thing, is like you'll be looking good, but if we're talking like, this peak aesthetics here, right? That's like, if we're talking natural training, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's staying consistent forever, basically, to get something that incredible. But that's not, you will still like, if you're talking about just looking really good, right? You're still going to look awesome, and you're still going to look really good 6 months to a year in if you're consistent and you put in the work.
So what if I like go from 3 days a week to 6? Can I get this faster?
A little bit, but not that much. Not so much that it would make it like worth it, I would say.
Really? Like, am I just gonna go from 10 years to 8 years? Is that the difference?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, guys, it's looking bleak. This is a lifestyle. I'm gonna have to do this forever. And then when I have this,
depend on. It depends on where you're at now too, right? And people are at different points. And there is some genetic factors with this body. It's important to say that like genetics generally don't matter that much in weightlifting. Like people won't not grow because of genetics. That's not really a thing. But genetics will limit at the high end what you will look like at your absolute peak. And there are some things that you just can't become because of certain bone lengths and things like that. So there's always the possibility, like I could never look like Toji. Personally.
Really?
Reason being, my rib cage is big. I cannot have a snatch waist like this. So there are some limitations that are genetic, and also where your muscles are distributed, right?
I'm checking my rib cage right now. I'm touching my sorry, I was about to say I'm touching myself. I'm measuring my snatched waist, okay?
Yeah, how snatched is my waist?
I think it's pretty snatched. I think I could do it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. There you go. I will say, and this is, I've seen body types like this before.
Yeah.
Who look like this. People who look like this tend, not a hard rule, but tend to be of Asian descent.
Oh, I see. Wow, it's almost as if Toji's Asian. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, I do see. When I've seen this in real life or close to it, like the real life approximation, it's tended to be lean people, very lean people, strong people, jack people of Asian descent. But not to say that you can't get an amazing body, just to say that everyone does have different bicep insertions, chest insertions. Some people have 8 packs and some people have 6 packs. That's actually genetic.
What?
It's
There's an
yeah.
8-pack, 6-pack is genetic. I did not know that was a
Some people
thing.
don't have it, regardless of how lean they are. It's not a thing.
But I didn't know that like 8-packs were a thing. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. So someone in chat did bring up a good point. You can create the illusion of a smaller waist by building mass in your shoulders, especially working your side delts, because those are going to really contribute to like that globe looking shoulder wideness thing, because they're going outwards. but yeah, it is the case where it's like, yeah, at the very, very high end, like the peak of everything, we're talking about competition level, professional level, genetics do matter to some extent on just what you look like aesthetically, but what it doesn't stop is the fact that you can grow and look good. Like everyone can grow, everyone can look big. They just can't necessarily look like someone else.
You also don't know what your genetic peak is until you get there, right? There's only one way to find out, really. Okay.
Yeah, and most people never see it.
Looks in the mirror, cries. It's okay. I'll do it. It'll just take me 10 years, okay?
No, and it's like the thing is, it's complicated because this is the 10-year thing is not a gradual line. It's like, that's just saying that, it's not actually necessarily 10 years. It's just saying that, it does require consistency over a very long period of time. The thing about weightlifting is your body adapts fast. Like I kind of said at the beginning, right? So you'll get like 70% as a natural lifter. You'll get like 70% of as good as you'll ever look if you lock in and do everything right for 1 year. In that first year, you will get to like 70% of your peak, and then it's going to slow way down. Then the next year might be 10 more percent, and those next few years might be 5 more percent, and then it's 1%, and then you're at a point where you're training a whole year to put on 0.5 pounds of muscle as an advanced lifter.
No, it feels bad.
So it's not a linear curve.
Oh, I see. But that's kind of good in that I can get most of the impact right away. All right.
Exactly. You can get like, and that's like locking in, right? Like if somebody as a beginner, and this is why I always try and stress this to beginners. I'm like, listen, this is your time, right? You're going to grow the craziest that you've ever grown before and you ever will grow. So do it right. Don't mess around, get the diet dialed in, get the training dialed in, hit it real hard. And a year from now, you will be a different human being, like physically. Ooh.
That's actually kind of cool to think about. Like a year transformation, sick. You are like a different, like you're probably like top 1% body types if you actually work out compared to the average person.
Oh yeah, absolutely. In fact, like if we're talking about world averages and like strength and stuff like that, it's not that hard to get into like the top 1% of quote unquote strength in the world.
But pain makes cry.
Pain does make cry. Pain does make cry.
I mean, if the obstacle between where I want to get and where I am now is a little bit of suffering and pushing myself to like try extra hard, I'm gonna do it, like I don't want to let that stop me.
Yeah. And the biggest, most important thing you should do when you're in the gym, I know we don't have time to really go over like every exercise you can do and stuff like that, but good ones like pull-ups, deadlifts, bench press, rows, lateral raises, things like that, right? And you can look up guides online, and you can always send them to me, right, off stream, and I can totally tell you if they're good or not. So don't worry about that. But the most important thing, though, is you need to make it difficult, and it needs to continue to be difficult.
It needs to hurt, is what you're telling me. I need to suffer.
Not hurt, but you have to go close to failure. That's when you grow. So you can't mess around. Okay. You can't walk in. And you've probably seen this if you've been to Planet Fitness before.
Sir, welcome in.
You'll see that, or know people like this who've been going to the gym for 10 years straight, pretty consistently. They go pretty often, but they don't really seem to change. Their body really never changes or anything like that. It can be dietary, but oftentimes what happens is people just kind of pick a weight and they pick an exercise and they just do that forever. But at some point, they've gotten good enough at it already, and they need to increase the weight, change the exercise. So you always need the gym to be hard. It should never be easy, unless you're taking like a break, right? Like a deload week where you're getting fatigued and you want to rest for a little bit. But anytime you're capable of doing something, as a beginner, you should try to do the harder version. So if you go in and the first 2 weeks, you bench press 150 pounds, you should be trying to do 155 or 160 the next time. And if you can't do it, stay at 150, then try again. But if you can do it, stay at 160. So you always have to try to be close to failure right at the end.
There's no retirement arc. It's just grind the
There is
whole
none.
time. Ah, it's okay. Apparently, it does help with like bone density, and it's good for like old age. So yeah, maybe I'm helping my health out a little too.
Sure is. I wouldn't say that, you know, like 1 rep maxing 500-pound bench press is the best for old age, but generally working out and lifting weights, absolutely.
Amazing. Okay. Oh, someone in YouTube chat was asking, are calves size also genetic? I think they are.
That's
I think
that's a really good question.
That's such a
There's
specific
knower
question.
in here.
That's a knower?
Yeah,
Is it like a...
It's
what-
a knower.
Why? Tell me.
So the calf thing's kind of like a joke because calves, everyone tends to feel like calves are like the hardest thing ever to grow, and they primarily are like built on genetics. You can grow your calves, but yeah, they're kind of really hard to grow.
Wait, so if I
The
have
best way to
giant
grow your
calves, is that a good thing? That's like something people want
you're
to
great,
have?
You're great. I was gonna say, best way to grow calves is be overweight when you're younger.
Hey, I lost that weight, okay? Leave me alone.
Yeah, me too.
I did sports. Holy, that's so funny. Wow, I guess I now have the calves of an overweight child. When anyone asked me, I was like, I was a fat kid.
Everyone I know with the biggest calves used to be overweight when they were younger. That's just across the board.
That's so funny. Okay. Oh, someone also in chat asked, how do you deal with... Oh, by the way, I think we can just do questions now if you guys have like any questions. Because we have a pretty good plan, like in terms of what to do. It actually seems very achievable. This makes me like... At first, I was like ready to torture myself for a very long time and suffer. But then looking at this, I'm just like, actually not that much time requirement. And I just have to push myself for an hour or two a couple times a week, and that's all it takes. And I'm kind of hyped.
The eating properly and sleeping. I hope your sleep schedule is good, mister.
Like, how does it have to, like, how good are we talking about? Like
really good, like very important, like so important, like almost like the third most important thing.
But how far can we get with like two important things, like the eating and working out? You know, surely.
Well, you know, I'm just all your growth's done when you sleep. So.
I'm leaving gains on the table. No.
Yep. And that one's easy. You just have to go to bed. That's the easiest way to get gains.
Like full 8 hours, or can I slim by with 6? You know.
Don't do 6. 7 to 9. 7 to 9 is pretty good.
The last time I got 7 hours of sleep.
And it's good sleep. It's high quality sleep. It's consistent. That's what we like to see too.
I don't remember the last time that's happened.
That's why I had to go so early. Because I was like, I gotta get to my bedtime, you know?
Oh, he's so disciplined.
I'm good for a while.
I could never
Don't worry about that. But all to say, I have a consistent bedtime usually.
Oh my god, he's so put together. Chat. Okay, ask the questions. Give me the questions. Give me your burning questions. To our amazing VTuber male with his peak male physique. Do you have advice for workouts for people with carpal tunnel? Oh, that's a good one. A lot of us in our profession have carpal tunnel in the streamer world. Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. Okay.
Yeah, so let me clarify. So I am not a physical therapist. So if someone's injured, I'm not qualified professionally to like give advice on like what they should do. You know, unprescribing opinion. You know, I have thoughts about these things.
Yeah, what are your thoughts?
Just take it to say I'm not a professional in that regard. But just for carpal tunnel, what I have seen is I've seen people use wrist wraps and still do like bench press and some exercises and stuff like that, as long as it doesn't aggravate it, and you can actually kind of like build up some structure around it to help solve the problem a little bit. So sometimes we'll see curls, like arm curls, forearm curls, things like that, wrist curls. Same general thing to my knowledge as like, I guess it depends partially on where your carpal tunnel comes from, because some people do have it, I think, genetically. They're like predisposed. But You can do some exercises to help it. I'm aware of that. I'm just not a professional in telling you exactly how. My qualifications more for like general sports nutrition and general population. Physical therapy, like recovering from injury stuff, is like I know some things, but I'm not a specialist. So
I'll say it.
Giving advice
I'll say it. I completely unqualified opinion, slap a brace on it and work out around it, and hopefully you'll build enough muscle so that it'll help brace it and also reduce your carpal tunnel activity, the thing that's giving you carpal tunnel most likely.
Yeah. That's what a lot of my people I've trained will do if they have carpal tunnel. They'll slap a brace on and work around it as long as it doesn't hurt. The general rule of everything is if you can do something in a range where it doesn't hurt, you're good to do it, is the general rule. In fact, these days, when people get injured from lifting, when they have an accident or something like that, professionals too, I've seen many people who will get a deadlifting accident and they'll help recover from the accident by deadlifting. So even though it's what hurt them, what they'll do is they'll be like, okay, I got hurt. I made a mistake. I am going to now deadlift in just the upper range where it doesn't hurt, and then slowly ease that down over time and help the recovery. Because we've learned over time that staying still for a lot of injuries, unless they're like a break or something like that, staying still and being completely sedentary actually does not help as much as trying to stay mobile and working out something safely and gently.
Okay. That's good advice.
Yeah, it stimulates blood flow, you know?
Let's see. I'm looking at the other questions. Leafy is asking what to do if you're too stretchy. I don't know what you mean by too stretchy. Is it like you don't have the muscle mass to do the workout, or you feel like your joints are not fully like reinforced? Unsure.
I have a guess.
What is guess?
So too stretchy to me sounds like hypermobility. So that sounds like you feel like you have joint hypermobility. Is it Ehlers-Danlos by any chance?
Oh my goodness!
You don't have to say, but it often is, and that's why I bring it up. It often is. I've trained a lot of people. Yes, it is.
What is that? What is? I've never heard of this before.
It's a joint hypermobility and connective tissue disorder.
Okay.
And, yeah, I've trained many people who have it. So nowadays, whenever anyone says the word hypermobility, I'm like, is it EDS?
What? So what does that? How do you work around that? Is that a problem for training?
Yeah. So basically, what'll happen is
hips dislocate
your body. Yes.
What?
That's what happens.
That sucks.
Yep.
That's scary.
Dislocate just every once in a while. So what I'll do with clients with EDS is we do work out. In fact, it's good to work out when you do have this, but you have to be very careful. You have to make sure your form's really locked in, dialed in, and very much ease into things. I would also say when it comes to hypermobility, don't overextend. So even if you're capable of going to a range with like arms, especially, right? I'll see a lot of people hypermobile in their arms will overextend on like a bench press. And I always tell them, I tell this jokingly, I don't actually mean it this way, but I'll be like, no, just the range of a normal human. Like, just don't go to your absolute extent. Just keep it at like where a normal person would be at full extent, straight arm and stuff like that. So you should be good to work out. Talk to a doctor or a specialist first, obviously. But yeah, very careful, very careful.
Work out like a normal human. Don't extend too far, okay? Don't pop your shoulder out mid bench press. Let's not do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Oh goodness.
I also will say, in my experience, people with EDS are great deadlifters.
That's true. It'll let you can move your body in ways that other people can't. But
yeah, they get really good deadlift positions.
So funny. Okay, do you have advice for someone with pain disorders? Like it hurts to do things. I didn't think that seems like more of a pain management thing. I feel like that's more of a medication question, right? Where's the doctor VTuber?
Question.
Where's the doctor?
Yeah.
Psychic, where are you? Psychic would know. But there are definitely like management techniques. Okay. This is a good question.
The scope of my stuff, but unfortunately.
I've been asking for me, but for the other side, there are a lot of people here who are underweight. What are diet advice for them? Like, how do they eat more? Should they just chug protein shakes?
Yeah. It's two sides of the same coin. You know, it's funny because everyone will feel, depending on where they are, like it's the harder side, right? People who are overweight will be like, "Oh my god, it's so hard. I'm always thinking about food. It's like constant background noise." And then people who are underweight will be like, "Oh my god, it's so hard to eat. I feel full all the time." So I always say, like, yeah, no,
Coastal,
it's pretty
hello,
much
welcome
equally as
in.
hard, and there's many concerns there. My advice for people who try to gain weight is what you want to do is focus on eating very calorically dense foods that aren't big in volume. So the opposite of what people are trying to lose weight do. So people trying to lose weight might want to get a salad. They might want to get egg whites because they can just eat more of it without many calories.
Yeah.
Opposite for you guys. Trying to gain weight, you go nuts. You go almonds. Very calorically dense, but very small. Dark chocolate. Things like that. That's where you're going to get your calories.
Wait, those are all my favorite foods.
Oops.
Is that why I'm a fat fuck? No! I love nuts and dark chocolate.
Exposed.
Oh!
I mean, nuts are great. Nuts are really good for you. But
I like nuts.
a very small amount of
make
nuts
you
are actually a
fat.
lot of calories.
Oh no. Oh no. I like nuts and chocolate.
That's all right. We got you. Here's the thing, though. That's good. That's good because that means I got you, right? I got you here. Because what you can do is just use the substitutes for those things that are lower in calorie, and you can have the same like type of food, right? Like I'm trying to think of a good example. One thing I always go to, and this might help, like I always think of nuts as like a snacking food, right? You're eating handfuls of them. Popcorn.
Yes.
Popcorn's incredible for people trying to lose weight.
I literally go to Costco and I get a big box of nuts and I munch on them next to my computer while I'm gaming.
Yeah. Now, if you did that with popcorn, and we're not talking like movie theater butter popcorn, but if you do like air popped or just a little bit of salt and butter on them and stuff like that, you can have like a whole bowl of popcorn for 300 calories. And meanwhile, 300 calories of nuts is like less than a full handful.
I'm gonna make the YouTube thumbnail for this video. Almonds make you fat. I'm just gonna like almonds.
No, don't do that.
Oh my goodness. I didn't I guess they are very calorie dense. So if you're trying to gain weight, eat a bunch of calorie dense foods, and you can look those up. And,
exactly.
And
the
opposite
oils too. You can obviously, use more olive oil in what you're cooking because that's a great way to add calories without realizing it.
I went to Italy a while back and I bought a bunch of olive oil and it's really tasty. And I slather everything with it.
I bet.
So you're telling me I'm on a bulk diet for no reason? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Nice.
Yeah, it sounds like you're bulking.
Cool. Well, I better hit the gym. Yeah, oils and fats. I understand. I get that now. Oh, so funny.
But the nice thing on both sides, right? Like, I mean, it applies, the advice is helpful in reverse too, because if you just, like, if you're using high dense calorie foods to gain weight, all that means is that you can still have the same type of snacking, just substitute it for different things to lose weight, but you can still eat the same amount of food, right? Because one's hyper optimized for density, the other's hyper optimized for volume. So you can still eat the same amount of food and then lose weight. That's the nice part.
Yeah. Someone's saying, but healthy fats? Okay. It's not, I'll say that it's probably a healthy fat, but you can overconsume. Like, I think it's all about making sure you eat enough, and it's really easy to consume too much olive oil.
Oh yeah. That's the number one failure point of a lot of diets, I would say, is people not counting what they put in the pan when they're cooking. Because they think like, oh, it doesn't, I'm just putting a little bit in the pan, it's whatever, right? A tablespoon of olive oil is 190 or 120 calories. That's like half a candy bar.
So sometimes
if you're eyeballing it.
So I like eat this dish where I like toast some bread and then I dip it in olive oil and balsamic vinegar and I eat it.
Yeah, very good. I know the dish. Yep.
I'm so screwed. All my favorite foods are bad.
Well, you can have it. You can still have it. You just measure it and count it, so you know what's going
stick with
in,
popcorn.
right? You can
It's
still
fine.
do that, but just, split it up a little bit. Use the tablespoon of olive oil and say, okay, that's 120. And
Not
vinegar's
anymore,
nothing.
you don't. That's a crazy message. Not anymore, you don't. Okay, fine.
Not anymore, you
Fine.
don't.
I'm locking in. It's okay. Oh man. Oh, yeah, I just have to adjust. You're right. Okay. Any other questions from chat? I don't want to keep Slimbo for too long.
Yeah, I'm good for a little longer as long as people have questions and stuff. I'm having a good time with this, but so no rush on my end.
Well, we're baiting out the lurkers because they like to dunk on my eating habits. All right, fine. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. I'm actually really excited. I'm much more confident about like eating less because all it turns out is I just have to replace nuts with popcorn. I'm probably good.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like replace nuts with popcorn, replace, measure the amount of oil you put into stuff. And hey, I mean, like all of this, obviously in a very not judgmental way, because this is all stuff I've dealt with too. Like my big problem, peanut butter. I love peanut butter. Peanut butter is one of my favorite foods. That has very similar macros to nuts because it's nuts. So 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, and 190 calories. If even after 13 years of like counting calories and measuring things, if you tell me to scoop 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, I'm gonna get like 3 or 4, and that's gonna like double the calories of it. So I have to just measure everything because I can't be trusted. And the reality is we generally cannot be trusted to eye measure stuff because our body likes to trick us subconsciously into eating more or eating less depending on which way our body goes. So
you have to forcibly measure everything like a scientist in a lab. Yeah.
Yep. You got a food scale, even it out, put the things on there, know exactly how much you're using. It gets second nature. You don't have to do that too, I will say really quick. That is not the only way to gain or lose weight. There are plenty of other ways where you don't have to worry about counting everything. That's just obviously, a very strict way, a very efficient way to know what you're doing. But you can do things like, some people cut out a meal, right? That's one way to restrict calories. You'll see people doing fasting, intermittent fasting, where it's like, it turns out for most people, if you eat 2 meals a day instead of 3, you eat less, right? So there are ways to do it without counting, but counting is always accurate. So.
Okay, ask your questions, chat. I'll go through them. Okay, we got one from YouTube. What is it? Okay, for weights, what if you want to get in shape but you don't look muscly? Like, what do you do? Is there a concern about looking too muscly if you lift weights?
Oh, this is okay. Yeah, so this is the concern of I don't want to look too big, right? Is what
I think it's really here? Yeah, I think it's really common for women especially. I hear that all the time.
Absolutely, me too. And I have the joke answer and the serious answer.
Okay, give me the joke answer.
You won't.
he said you can't. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry, you won't.
Okay.
But the serious answer is that it's really, really hard to get really big, and it is absolutely a fuel-based thing, right? You cannot get big without the fuel to get big. So even if you work out all day and you do it all optimally, if you don't eat your protein and eat excess calories, you're not going to suddenly gain mass out of nothing. So if you eat around maintenance calories, for example, you're not going to get bigger physically than you possibly can be right now. You're just going to see maybe you'll lean out a little bit. Things might get a little more toned. So you might have more muscle definition, but you're not going to just become larger in mass suddenly out of nowhere. It's really, really hard to get really muscular and really bulky. You have to try. So if you're not trying, you'll be okay. So I would focus on don't bulk, right? Don't bulk and start powerlifting would be the way to avoid that. Do anything else.
For some personal perspective, I was trying to get really big, and it took a lot of effort for me to like make sure I was eating a lot and like doing. Yeah, I don't think you like trip and fall and land on weights and then suddenly end up like Toji. That's pretty difficult.
Exactly. That never happens. So don't worry about it because it probably won't happen. You just don't suddenly start pursuing a powerlifting program and eating 1,000 calories over your maintenance, and then it won't happen. So
eating 3,000 calories a day tomorrow. Let's go.
Wait, bro, that's my maintenance. What do you mean?
There's no way your maintenance is 3K. I don't believe you.
Yeah,
really?
That's not that crazy.
That's crazy. I know some people here who are like 1,500.
I don't know your stats, but I'm sure yours is probably like 2,500.
That's true. It is pretty high. It is unfortunately quite high. Okay. Someone asked, can you be more flexible? As in like increase their flexibility?
Yeah, totally. Totally. That's all about flexibility training, though. Flexibility is a skill.
Is it like
cardio.
stretching?
You just have to practice it, and you will get more flexible. Anyone can get more flexible.
Do you just practice stretches like before lifting and whatnot? Oh.
Yep. I would say that the best stretch for lifting, if you're talking about weightlifting, is actually doing the lift with no weight, because it's the most adapted to that lift, right? So rather than doing like a dynamic stretch and hold before an exercise, it's often better to just go and do just the bar on a bench press and then add weight. I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good way to do it. Just because then you do the exercise you want to do with more flexibility, and you just take off the weight and then like go extra deep or whatnot.
Yeah, but that's for just like getting ready. So if you're talking about just preparing for a lift and like warming up and stuff, stretching that way. But pure flexibility work is like, aside from weights, you generally don't use weights for flexibility generally. That's just doing flexibility exercises will make you more flexible, just like playing soccer will make you better at soccer, or running will make you better at running.
Okay. Also, I was asking how to fix posture. Oh goodness, get a nice chair is my advice. But I got a really nice office chair a while back, and it's one of the best investments that I've ever made. Like, I think it's really just making it easy to do. I don't think that's a work. Well, when you work out though, I feel like it helps with your posture. Like, I feel like a stronger core, and it's like easier to stand up straight. I don't know.
Yep. I think so too. Yeah. No, building up muscles around things makes them stronger. So like, build up the muscles around your spinal erectors, and then you'll tend to have better posture. But a lot of posture is just making sure you're doing your work with it, which is good chair, good sleeping posture. That's not like the biggest thing ever, but chair, really, we sit a lot. That's a big one.
Okay, I'm looking through some of the questions. I have a general one. How do you recommend setting out workout goals? I don't know what they mean by workout goals. I think they mean like maybe reps or like general things for the week. But in general, how do you recommend setting workout goals?
Yeah, they could also mean like just general like what goals should I have? So I'd answer both really quick. So in terms of what goals should I have, I would say just find what you want your end goal to be, and then make incremental steps towards it. So if you're like, my end goal is Toji, for example, right? Then take that into 4 or 5 different steps, where step 1 is, lose X amount of weight, lose X amount of fat. Step 2 is, gain the muscle, right? Step 3 is, dress like Toji, right? Stuff like that. Break it out into further ones. But for actual like programming, if the question's about programming, generally what we've seen, this data is getting a little weird because it's really hard to study this stuff, and there's new stuff coming out every day, but 10 to 20 sets that are hard per muscle group per week tends to be a lot of people's maximum volume that they can recover from. This is hard sets, very close to failure. So if you go into a gym and you do 20 sets of bench press in one day, you're probably doing too much. So that's kind of what you should think about there, is just try and split that sort of volume up, right? And as a beginner, take 10 sets. Say, as a beginner, 10 sets. I know I need to do 10 sets of chest over the week, 10 sets of legs, split it all out that way is probably how you want to do it.
The Toji dress advice is glue the shirt to your skin to show the definition.
Yeah. That's hiding yourself massively.
Get a custom made compression shirt that fits your abs. That's what you gotta do. Okay. Oh, I have a more silly question. What do those protein container shakes actually do?
Do you mean the shakers? Like the
shakers
bottles?
The shaker bottles.
Oh yeah, all it does is it just helps mix in the protein powder into liquid, because the protein powder is like fine, but it needs to actually mix in, or it'll just sit at the bottom. So it just helps them mix that basically.
Or you just dry scoop. Actually, don't dry scoop. I think people have died dry scooping. I think there was a whole trend where people like dry scooping creatine and stuff like that, and they were like choking horribly. Oh gosh. Oh, I don't know why they were doing that.
Wow.
Okay. Ooh, I'm looking. Oh, if you had, because I know some people are in college and doing sports. if you had to divide your workouts between a sport and the gym, what would that look like? What's like the general ratio slash approach?
Yeah. So this is fun because yeah, sports are exercise. Don't think that they're not. This goes for work too, actually, right? Like I know people, I've trained people who their whole job is hauling around things all day. So they're working out constantly at their
like
job.
construction and stuff like that.
Yes. I'm not going to take somebody like that and then not count any of that volume, right? So somebody who's already working a lot will want to go in the lower end of gym work. So if you're doing heavy lifting already at work or in a sport or something like that, 3 or 4 times a week, just like 2 times a week in a gym, maybe for weightlifting, like ease off, don't go crazy. Your body will tell you, you'll get signs if you're overworking. But yeah, I would say it's hard to give a number because I don't know how much that sport is done, right? But just like definitely be cautious. Don't go crazy in the gym and think you can do 5 or 6 days a week when you're also doing an extreme sport.
But like if someone's doing like UPS and they're walking all day and they all day every day, they probably shouldn't be doing a crazy ton of leg exercises on top of that, right?
That's probably fine because the walking, they adapt to that, and that's not going to be super strenuous over a long period of time. Like they might see that they're not going to be the strongest person in the world in their pure leg strength, but they're still good to work out. I more mean people who are like, you know, lifting pipes all day, right? They're like lifting pipes over their head all day, like big Schedule 40 pipes or something, or
I see.
Or if they're swimming all the time, right? They're like hyper cardio experts. It's like, yeah, your body does only have a limited capacity at the end of the day, so you have to dial back the exercise in the gym with weightlifting at some point.
Oh, lifting packages. Oh, that's if you're lifting 50-pound packages, a bunch. I definitely would count that.
Yeah, but be careful about what you mean by a bunch, right? Because like something like if lifting 50 pounds is very challenging for you and it brings you close to failure, then yes, absolutely. But if that's like a walk in the park, then you can still do gym work. It doesn't matter.
I see, because it has to reach that threshold of actually being challenging. If it's not like you are exerting yourself a ton, then it doesn't really count.
Exactly.
I see. Okay. I got it. How do you start when you don't have any weights at all? Oh, like calisthenics, or like you don't have access to a gym?
Yeah, you probably at home don't have access to stuff. Yeah, this is like a pretty common thing. I would say that if you're open to buying stuff, and that what you can do is if you do have any room at all you really need are like adjustable dumbbells and then like a bench, and you can do everything. Work out every muscle group. You need very little equipment to be able to work out everything. But if you can't do that either, you don't have the funds or the space, you can absolutely start with just your body. Body weight stuff's really good. You can do squats with your body. You can even get a heavy book and do squats. You can do push-ups all day. In fact, you can always do push-ups. Like push-ups can be challenging even to advanced people if you progress them and make them harder. So you can always
get your buddy to stand on your back.
yeah, or even do like decline, right? Like put your feet up against a wall, do a decline push-up. Go deeper, put your hands on like 2 blocks and go even deeper into the push-up. There's so many things you can do. So,
this is reminding me of like prison workouts. Like you're in prison, you're like
right? Inspiration.
Oh goodness, yeah, true. Okay, I don't want to. There's still a couple questions left, but I don't want to keep you for too long. I think we got most of the big ones. Is there anything else you want to say to the chat before you have to go do your sleepy times?
Let's see. I mean, thanks for having me here. And chat, I believe in you. You got this. Ease into things, right? Take it easy. You too, Carbon. Take it easy.
I'm gonna hit it hard. I'm gonna overtrade and quit 3 weeks in.
That's my you can be like everyone else in February.
I'm gonna send you a picture of the gym in February, and I'm gonna be like, I beat it. I beat the rush. I'm in February.
I want to see it.
I'll do it.
I would say that, yeah, if anybody does have any questions we didn't get to or any specific questions, you can absolutely like send me it in DMs or something like that, or send it to, I actually, like we talked about at the beginning, I have a stream every Thursday where I answer fitness questions and talk about like nutrition and stuff like that. And we have an anonymous, people can ask questions in chat. We also have a marshmallow set up so people can ask anonymous questions if it's specific.
Okay.
So we do that every Thursday. So you can feel free to come check that out too and ask some stuff there.
Here, I linked their socials there. If you look up VTuber Mail,
Thanks.
such a funny tag. You can go and ask them questions. They do this all the time. This is like one of their big shticks, and they're very sweet. So thank you so much, Limbo, for coming in. And I'm actually about to do a Nuzlocke. I'm like planning to do that
That's
soon.
my bread and butter.
What? Stop! No, I'm not going to talk to you for a Nuzlocke 2. That's crazy. I've never done. Okay, I've done one Nuzlocke of Fire Red before, and it was very hard. I reset 4 times, and now I'm gonna try to do a fully random Nuzlocke. I think it'd be really fun to do. I want to try it.
Randomizers.
Yeah.
I'm doing a Nuzlocke challenge right now on Mondays where it's a hardcore Nuzlocke through every region back to back, and if I lose anything, I have to go all the way back to Kanto.
So you hate yourself. That's typical of a gym bro, I guess.
No, I don't hate myself. I'm just, I'm really good. I'm just really good.
Do you like know all the moves and everything? Like, you're that confident?
I've been Nuzlocking for like 13 years.
What? Oh my god, I feel so inferior. He can lift weights and play Pokemon. Oh my goodness.
Well, Carbon, if you ever need any Nuzlocke tips, you can. I just got you. I got you, bro.
No, I'm too embarrassed. Maybe if I'm stuck, I might I'll message you and be like, "What do I do in this situation? What Pokemon should I pick?" 13 years is crazy. You were in it before it was cool.
Yeah, well, I was around when the Nuzlocke first got created. I was reading the comic when it was Ruby hard mode, and I just kind of did it from there. And I wasn't ever like, I didn't try to be good at them. I'm trying to be good at them now, but I'm not like an amazing Nuzlocker. I'm like okay as far as the good Nuzlockers are concerned.
What happened to I'm good, I'm the best? Okay, where's that attitude?
Well, it was a funny joke, but I gotta be honest.
Nah, you have to be like, who is it? Point Crow?
Yeah, Point Crow, Peach Owl.
Yeah, you have to be like, yeah, I crush you guys in Nuzlocke. Yeah, you're bad.
I don't know. We lived on a prayer. We won. We survived on Monday. Actually, yesterday. We almost lost the entire run at the end of Emerald, and we survived on a 1/4 coin flip that we won. The whole run would have been over.
Hell yeah! You're just better. You predicted the coin flip. That's what it is.
I did. Yeah, I just called the coin flip.
Okay, thank you so much, Limbo. I will leave you to it. Thank you so much. Here's their socials one more time if anyone needs to go get it. It's VTuber Mail, and you'll be able to find them on Twitter and Twitch. Yes.
Yep.
And thank you so much for coming today.
Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube.
And YouTube. Oh my gosh, awesome. Even YouTube. Hey, you hear that, YouTube chat? Damn. All right. I'll talk to you later. Good night, man. Thanks for stopping by.
Good night. And yeah, if you have any more questions or anything specific about your workout plans and stuff, you feel free to ask me. I got you, buddy.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Oh, what a cutie. He was very helpful. I actually feel very motivated now. Hey, it's just you and me, chat. Hi. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I think it's like, actually, I was worried that it wouldn't be possible for me to get really in shape while staying on top of VTubing and space station work and everything that I want to do. But it turns out it's kind of doable. He's really like made me feel like I can do it. I hope you feel the same way. So I'm pretty hyped, and I'm really glad that he was able to come in and say hi. I randomly found him. I met Slimbo in a GTA 5 collab. So I'm really glad I ran into him. Turns out you just have to deinstall League. Okay. Let's not go that far. Maybe just play 1 or 2 games less, just a little less. He has an ASMR voice? You think so? He does have a nice voice. Ladybug, also welcome in. Hi. Oh, whoa. So that's our workout advice for the year. I'm kind of hyped for it. I want to see like how far we can go. Yeah, it'll be fun. Schlimbo is very cool. Yeah, he's very cool. He's very nice. I would say, how to describe it? Do you remember when at the start of the year I made a Excel sheet tracker of all the VTubers and people that I knew and who I can reach out to? I entered in Schlimbo in the category with there's like a little checkbox next to each person's name, and it's has a job currently, and then there's another category that has had a job ever. And I'm just like, you know. So Schlimbo was very nice, and I think a lot of it is because he's in the category that has had a job ever. No offense to the other VTubers, but I appreciate that he's very put together and very I think he's very responsible in what he says. I try to bait him to saying some silly things, but oh man is on top of it. Wait, you can use Excel for that? Well, technically it's a Notion sheet. But I do it. It's actually for me to track events. So sometimes like my friends will have parties and whatnot, or like big debut events. I'll have like a little Notion sheet so that I can keep track of when the date will be, so I can actually show up. Otherwise I'll forget. I just won't know. So I'll be like, if you're managing a bunch of friendships or people that you want to support, I have to put in a calendar in order to actually go. So that's why I do it. Oh, Pew, Koa, hello, hi. And Ingeniator, welcome in. Is that the one with subscriptions? Notion? I think Notion is paid for, but I don't mind paying for that one because it's actually quite nice. It's very fancy for me. It works out. But you can probably do it in Excel or Google Calendar. You don't need to go that crazy. Once you've been a while, you realize how smart Schlimbo is. Well, I'll have you know, I'm a physicist, therefore I know more than him about working out. I'm kidding. Oh my goodness. One of these days I'm gonna get Nobel disease. If I ever win a Nobel Prize, I'm 1000% gonna become the most conceited motherfucker in the entire world. I'm gonna instantly think that I'm an expert in every other field. I can already feel it. Like the second I get some level of acknowledgement. Workout or physics? Okay, kind of. It's like the same way that chemistry is basically physics, right? Chemistry is like a bunch of charged particles moving around. But in terms of like, good luck trying to explain a chemical interaction using quantum physics. You're gonna tear your hair out. So there's a reason why there's specialties. I'm not so deluded that I don't acknowledge that there are shortcomings, unfortunately. Sometimes I wish I was a little more delulu. Don't wait for Nobel Prize. Be a smartass now. I know some people like that. I do know some people like that. And oh man, they are so insufferable. They're really insufferable. I hate them so much. It makes it really hard to work with. Ooh, oh, Treat came here too. Hello, Treat. Hi. There's a Notion on mobile. Yeah, there's Notion on mobile. Okay. That was a fun little collab. I think that was a very short stream, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with a shorter stream. I'm glad that Schlimbo was able to come by, say hi, and talk to us. I want to save my energy because tomorrow I'm having a little hangout party with the mods. So it's been a while since I've had a catch up with the mods. So I'm going to do that tomorrow. So there's no stream tomorrow. And then the day after that, I'll do a catch up. Thursday, I'm doing the big stream. I forgot. That's going to be a longer stream. I'm going to get my nails done tomorrow. We're doing a hand cam stream. That's right. I forgot. We're going to set goals for the new year, and I'm going to fold them up into little origami. And then I'm going to also do, what else was I going to do? Oh, Gundam. I have a Gundam model kit. So that'll be fun. We'll just be yapping. We'll be talking. So I'm looking forward to that. Thursday will be a fun time. I'm going to get my, I'm just excited to get my nails done. Yay, paper stars. Yeah, I actually don't know how to make paper stars, so I'm gonna learn really quick. I'm gonna get real tired after making 50 paper stars, but it'll be fine. Which color? Black. I think I'm gonna go for that. We'll see. You should get a pedicure while you're at it. You want me to show feet? You want me to paint my little toesies? That's crazy. Maybe I could. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna do, wait, hear me out. Hear me out. When I go to the off-Kai pool party, I'm going to get my feet nails paint, like my toenails painted, and then I'm gonna see if anyone says anything to me. I'm gonna go to the pool party. I'm gonna be jacked. And I'm gonna have black toenails. I'm gonna see if anyone comments. That's kind of next level edgy. Oh, God. Oh, you're balding me. All right, I'll show up bald too. I'll shave my head. No, I like my hair. I like my hair. Please don't take it. Please give it back. Okay. Oh, I also should get my my spaceship license unsuspended. I should go pay that speeding ticket. I have not paid it yet, so I should do that. Rainer, hello. Rainer Ree, oh my goodness. Welcome in. It's the one who did the sub badges. Thank you so much. Also, Lunar, hello. Hi. Why not? I'm just, I'm gonna play League of Legends after stream first, though. Maybe after one league game. It'll be fine. Okay. I will. Gosh, it's so hard for me to end stream nowadays. Like, I always resist a lot before I end stream. I'm like, I hesitate quite a bit. Okay. I gotta wrap up. That way I can get lots of rest. I'm gonna get lots of rest today, chat. You hear me? Yes. No, I'm not clingy. I'm not clingy. You're being clingy. It's not me. Whatever. You know what? To show you how not clingy I am, I'm actually going to send you to another streamer. That's right. To show you that, wow, I'm actually just not even that clingy. I'm gonna go send you to somewhere else, and you guys are gonna go say hi to them. And it's gonna be amazing, and you're gonna be totally fine. It's gonna yeah. Get out of here. Okay, I'm looking. Give me a second. I have to find a good place to drop you off. Boom, 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 boom. What the heck is happening here? I just... Okay. Let me see. Wait, I'm listening to the stream real quick. Okay. I know where I'm going to send you guys. I know they just started stream, so I'll go send you guys over to... I see... Hello? I already see some chat members over here. Anna, I see you. What the? That's crazy. I see you. Specifically you, Anna. Carbon raid? Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping. Wait, raid message? Okay. Also, take care, YouTube. I'm going to go ahead and end on YouTube.